Coffee is important.
Word.
It always has
Yes.
been. I don't know that there will ever
Yep.
be a time where it isn't important.
Yep, it's
That's
kind of
true,
like the
yeah.
sun.
I don't know.
And
I hear
nature.
when you
Number
turn
one
40, you don't
addiction
need
in the
it as
world.
much.
Yeah. Coffee and wine, I think, are those things that we could have a complete reset of society, and that will come back.
Well, that's how we know that the Goblin of Malta loves us, is that he wants us to be happy is because he made those things for us.
So you were asking how we think the other members of the party have changed?
Mine will be pretty difficult.
Just setting that up. Oh,
I mean, Theo has always longed for somebody like the Goblin of Malta in his life.
Mm.
So we
Yep,
needed
something
a hero figure.
something that gives stability, because his life has just always been so unstable, and
Yeah.
to have something to be his bedrock is really something that he craves.
I feel that. We should all be so lucky. Wow. Changed our lives. Changed this whole campaign. Would anybody like to roll a D100 for our warm-up question?
Warm up.
We're starting to hit duplicates. 14. Oh. Has your character ever been in love?
Yes, multiple times at the same time.
a day.
An emphatic yes, 1,000 times yes from Megas.
I mean, what is the definition of love in this case? Is it like
Oh,
a
baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
is it like a lifelong love? Is it like a friendship? Is it like a brotherly love? Is it what are we talking?
Is this
Love
romantic or platonic? Is it?
Yeah, what are we?
I would say
say-
being in love is the awareness of being in love.
Yeah, it's
about
whatever if you define it as being in love, then so it is.
But nature is everything.
Yes.
But yeah, so how
I
can we
wouldn't say-
quantify everything?
I would say it's more than brotherly love. I would say it's more romantic love in this case.
Romantic love.
Hmm.
I would say that Theo probably hasn't then.
Sad.
He's got his bro.
He's got his
You got
bro.
called. You got called.
Has Rue?
No, oddly enough. The whole sentient thing only happened, more recently, so he hasn't had a lot of time to.
He's a young boy.
He doesn't have
Yeah,
any peers.
he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't been hanging around with many Stimfey. Yeah, I mean the Caledon, but yeah,
Turns
You
out
know.
those other stem fey are pretty dumb too. So
yeah,
But having
Hard.
Vulcan's voice really kind of throws things off.
absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, some
Or makes it better.
Stimfey might find that attractive, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. This is
The voice of a
an
god.
element that I had not even thought of until now, like Rue being kind of alone just because of his, his existence as a sentient
Well-
version of typically non-sentient things.
That's one of the reasons that he's really enjoying sort of mentoring the other dragons whenever possible. I mean, even from the start, he's just been taking them under his wing because he's kind of doesn't have many people. I mean, he's got Theo. They're close, but friends are nice.
Friends are nice. Yeah. So what about the rest? I mean, I know Shade had a person.
Well, it's a yes and no type of situation for Shade, because when he was Lukos, yes,
Oh.
very much so. But he doesn't remember all that. It's all kind of like he remembers it as a thing that happened,
Yeah.
but he doesn't necessarily remember all the emotion and feeling and stuff. So it's like this weird in-between stage of he remembers what it's like to be in love, but he doesn't remember being in love.
That's
So-
tough. That feels like a Star Trek TNG episode. Oh, that's rough.
So yeah. That's Jade's answer.
What about Theagenes or Falbin?
Theagenes, yes, once and forever.
Oh.
One true.
Mi corazón.
Wow.
Always.
Always.
Wow. I guess for Falbin, it's one of those things where he has intentionally never given himself the opportunity. Because he has this thing that is pursuing him, and those closest to him have been lost. Whenever he started to feel more attached, he's moved on.
Yeah, we saw some of that relatively firsthand at the cave in Fire Island.
It's true.
Compelling. Compels me. Good stuff. Well, I am excited to get into it. Who would like to recap us? Oh yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Has Timnon ever been in love?
Oh no.
Oh yes. I mean, let's just take a moment to acknowledge Falbin's astuteness at asking the most appropriate questions.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
give you
round of
inspiration
applause.
for not just for today,
Yes.
but for consistently remembering to prompt that additional question.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Has Timon ever been in love? Oh man. Shit, what does he sound like?
Yeah. What do you know? Like
Okay,
yeah.
so I was in love. You know, how does one define love? It doesn't say anything about it in the PHB. You open it up, it's just conditions. There's paralyzed, there's slowed, there's stunned. There isn't enamored, you know? And that's what I felt that one day when I pried the manhole cover up and I saw the sun glinting off of her face. And I knew that one day I would invite them down here and they would see me for the real me. But that day isn't ready yet. I've got things to do. Somebody in Astoria that they saw through the sewer.
Does
Was
this
this
mean
some kind of like
does this mean they think
Phantom
they've
situation
never
here, or?
they've never seen each other again? Like that's just it?
He just watches them and
Stalker
Oh,
is what he's describing.
God.
A sewer stalker.
he's a sewer stalker.
Looking up from below. Just think about that view,
from
okay?
from afar.
First the term sewer admirer instead
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Sewer, I barely know her.
Wow.
He's shy. He's very shy. And he's not that confident in himself. But yes, so who would like to recap us? Crikey, you can rest easy. You have your inspiration.
What if he wants more inspiration?
It should be pretty straightforward. I mean, we just
Yeah, I can.
duked it
I
out
can
with the
do it.
T-Rex. Go for it.
So we started with getting ready to go fight a T-Rex. However, Theagenes decided to stay behind in the cave because he needed to contemplate this revelation that there was a place where the Fates' power could not reach. Magus was a little bit unsure about going back to fight this T-Rex that nearly killed Falbin the first time. This is called foreshadowing, by the way. But the rest of the party wanted to go for it. We did some tracking. Corinna and Falbin working together to track the T-Rex. At first, we found we found it where it used to be. We found its trail. We nearly got trampled by a pack of Pachycephalosaurus. I think most of us were able to dodge out of the way in time. We
Except for Shane.
continued to another clearing where there was another dead T-Rex that had been chomped on a bit before the T-Rex that we were hunting had moved on. So we decided to set a trap, an ambush for it, and sending Rue, I believe, ahead to scout out some locations. We decided to go with an area that had a bunch of steam geysers that we could use to try and hopefully corral the thing. We took one of the Pachycephalosauruses that Falbin managed to kill with a dagger as it was running away, and took the corpse and set it up to try and be a good bit of bait, and set up our ambush to lie in wait. And then we got clever girled by a bunch of velociraptors that were lying in wait for us, and dealt with them pretty quickly and added them to the pile of bait, and waited around for the Tyrannosaur, who arrived but then realized that we were there and charged into our midst anyway. There was a lot of action, a lot of fantastic damage dealt by Shade and Corinna. Rue went down and was swiftly healed by Theo, and then Megas went down and was swallowed by the T-Rex.
God.
And the rest of the party did manage to fell the T-Rex and cut Megas out before he died again.
It was very close.
It was very close.
Because you were already one death save down, and the stomach acid would have been.
And
two
I
more.
I think it's imperative that we point out here that only one party member went after the T-Rex.
This is true. Yeah.
Agreed.
that was the party member right there.
And so after Falbin cut Megas out, Megas was raised by I believe it was Zerion.
Yeah.
And he had a little bit of a chat with Falbin about how maybe we shouldn't do this again if fighting isn't necessary. Because Megas is tired of dying. And the harvesters went to work harvesting from the T-Rex, and then we went back to the lizard folk village where we were welcomed and told of all of our exploits, and had a large feast with some of the T-Rex meat. And then Megas went to the shaman and asked, "Hey, do you want to know how to worship your new your arisen deity?" And the shaman said, "Sure." And Megas said, "Let me ask her," and then did a sending to the Titan, who then rose from the volcano and spread her arms wide and said, "Behold." And I believe that is where we left off.
Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Get you an inspiration. And yeah. So we'll say the night has passed. You guys get your long rest. I mean, there would have been lots going on, still feasting, singing, stories being shared. Aesop would have probably tried to take a break, since the lizard folk are, probably asking you guys for stories. But eventually morning... Oh, sorry. Eventually morning does come, and out in the bay you can see the Ultros awaiting your next adventure.
Well,
I think the last thing the queen or the lizard folk people had just said is that, hey, the chocolate milk was delicious, and if you're ever back again, if you could please bring some more. I forget, did you guys ever make any discussion with the lizard folk regarding the upcoming war?
Yeah, we mentioned it when we first talked to them, but they were kind of like, we have all of our own struggles here. We probably can't support a war out there.
Right.
Maybe that has changed. So, I mean, I guess that would be something at least at some point during the time Shade would ask the queen or whatever she is about that. Basically, it's like, I know you still have your own struggles between the tribes, but if you can find a way to unite or solidify your position in the next, was it like 60 days?
Yeah.
If you could send any support to the effort against Sidon and Lutheria, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, she will, she'll nod and just agree that your integrity is founded now, and she believes that your cause is just, that you guys have done well by the tribes here, all of them, really, even the ones hostile to you. And she says that having the Titan active and awake will probably do much to stop the petty infighting between them and allow for some more diplomacy to take over. So, because Magus can send messages to here. I mean, if needed. So, so she said that, just check in every now and then, and they don't really have anything as far as Navy, but if you ever have empty ships, hopefully closer to the time that comes, they will have the ability to supply some warriors.
Would be greatly appreciated.
Since I'm maybe working on a few things magic-wise, is there a large and distinct tree anywhere around the village?
Sure. I'll say that there is one of those, in The Lion King, the really, really wide-based trees, like the baobab trees or whatever. Something like that. I know that that's probably more of a savanna thing, but...
Correct.
Yeah, sorry. Well, there's a little patch of savanna just north of the village.
It's magic. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a spirit tree of sorts. Why not?
Okay. I'll take... Wait, no, we don't have Sprout with us.
We don't have Sprout with us. We can go get her. Because Zarian, she's small. Zarian could fly out to the ship and grab her and bring her back.
If it would be quick, then yes. Quick and safe, that we believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, we'll say that. We'll say in the next, within the next half hour to an hour, Sprout is here.
And I would have her bring the Antikythera.
Oh, okay.
So we can calibrate it.
Oh, good call. Yes. So Sprout lands and says, "It is so lush here. Beautiful."
I wish we had more time that you could enjoy it.
There is one tree in particular that I would like to show you.
I'm always down to see a tree.
Yes, and I'll take her up to this tree and basically just have her just remember this tree. This might be important later.
She takes note of the tree. She feels it. That's shares a little between herself and the tree, and she says, "I will never forget this tree."
it might be an important point of connection later in our journey.
Very well. Okay, cool. Anything else on the island?
Do you get all the birds he's after?
Well, never. Short of it is. But I think I would certainly look around, for what I can find in the immediate area. I wouldn't say no. I have to follow my religion.
Do a survival check.
I am so good at surviving. Do you know how many encounters I've survived?
A lot.
Boom.
12.
12.
You find a seagull.
Oh, I'm not even gonna kill that thing. It's not even worth it. They're like rats of the sky. Why? I've got standards.
The seagull brushes sweat away from his brow and flies away. Okay, but there is still there's a rowboat, or 2 rowboats, or whatever, at shore, however many you took here. And the lizard folk bid you goodbye.
Bid them goodbye.
I did have a question, which is like, what did I learn in my meditation? Anything? Nothing? Did I just spin my wheels?
No. There is stuff that you learned that I think I messaged you actually.
Yes.
How do you want to describe that? Do you want to just like address the group, like, hey, I learned this, or
Let's see here. If I recall, we learned that Daniel's been playing Slay the Spire.
Yes, we have learned
You've
that.
been playing Slay the Spire. Everyone should play Slay the Spire. This episode brought to you by Slay the Spire.
No, it's not.
No, we are not sponsored by anything.
But it could be.
It could be.
Hit me
Call
up.
us.
Give me a call.
First one's free.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
So, it seems that there is an island that I recall that is covered with lotus fields. And at its center, there is a tall, lonely tower of black stone. I was not able to approach the tower, but I had the sense that someone was watching me from there. And then I was at the shore again. I don't know if we have a next destination decided, but I would ask that we go to this island as soon as possible, because if there's anything or anyone that can help us against the fate, I think that should be our top priority.
Do you know which island it was?
Scorpion Island.
What a coincidence.
I already got that plugged into the GPS.
That was our next destination for our friend Pholon.
Your bro.
Well,
Bro.
Bro?
While we were here, did Aesop learn anything about the previous Dragonlords' grand expedition that they undertook on this island?
Yeah, so the Dragonlords came here just exploring the Cerulean Gulf. They were not... I mean, it was during wartime, but it was sort of between campaigns as such. And they met the lizard folk. The lizard folk got their first introduction to dragons, and they sparked an immediate connection. The Dragonlords went on a series of trophy hunts, culminating in a hunt against the one of the two T-Rexes that dominated this island.
Did you say 2?
2?
Yes.
Dose?
Sorry.
Yes, and they had slain one of those T-Rexes, but were unable to track down the second one.
So you're saying the remains are still out there and we could loot it?
Or they already took them long ago.
Like 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But the T-Rexes, you know, while large, had grown a lot in that time, and they are even more impressed with what you were able to take down, even though the T-Rex you killed this time was the smaller of the two at the time.
Cool.
So yeah, they said GG.
What do they think of lazy guy who stayed behind and sat around all day?
Lazy guy who stayed behind.
Theagenes.
Theagenes?
You didn't fight the T-Rex.
They say, well, of course you're from Arisia. That makes sense.
Ooh, they said you ain't got no nipples.
What the? What?
He ain't got no nipples. No, but I mean, at the time the last Dragonlords came through, Arisia was sort of not really an ally, and I guess they still aren't. But they remember the sentiment that the Dragonlords held regarding the Arisians before, and so they're like, yeah, typical coward.
I'm like slighted in the sort of like New Jersey way, like only New Jerseyans only get to talk bad about New Jersey.
Sure. Yeah, they just chuckle. And I say it's probably for the best. You know, you would have gotten hurt.
With your delicate body and your feeble arms.
I'm gonna put a chase on one of these guys.
Oh no.
No, not really. Not really.
Oh no.
Every time he insults Arisia, he will take 5d10 psychic damage.
So one time, probably.
No. Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, I think any other business we have in the Lizard Folk Village? No? All right. Well, the rowboats await, and after about an hour, you guys reunite with the crew of the Ultros, and we'll just go back to the Ultros at Sea map.
Yep, and we already calibrated our compass for Scorpion Island, so we're ready to rock and roll.
Minor bookkeeping item. I think we salvaged between 20 and 40 pounds of meat. I don't think we actually fully quantified last session.
Okay.
But did we use it all at the
chunk of
feast, or did we bring back some to the ship?
Yeah, it's fine if you want to have brought back some. Maybe not enough to do a feast for the entire ship, but you know, enough for everybody to try some.
We definitely want to do that.
Cool. Yeah.
You can be the last people to try T-Rex.
That's right.
Try dire T-Rex.
Yeah, we extincted a species, no problem. Well, there was only one of them
Technically,
left
it was just a
anyway.
subspecies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody takes turns eating. It's kind of tough. It's very, very sinewy, very deep red. Tastes just slightly like some sort of bird, but but it is kind of tough to eat. It definitely is better with other things accompanying it. But people feel very proud to be able to try such a rare thing. The quartermaster, the other officers, they report everything is good. They were able to do some fishing over the side while you guys were ashore. Rations are good, and the ship's ready to make sail.
Cool. Shade, like once we get underway, Shade would point out, specifically go over to Pholon and tell him we are heading to Scorpion Island. We are hoping to resolve your curse and or find your bro.
Bro, that's dude, that's
Bro.
awesome. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna be the oldest person there.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I can give you some more information on how the curse works if you're interested.
Yes, please.
So, everybody born on Scorpion Island, they have until their 18th birthday, which is weird and arbitrary, to find a bro. And if you do, then you're good, and you can leave the island, and you got to find the bro before you leave the island. And you may be asking, hey, Pholon, you left the island, but I had a bro when I left the island, but my bro died, sadly.
I'm sorry.
That's, it's okay. It is, it is what it is. But I only have not much time, but it's like, I think it's maybe a couple months after you lose your bro.
That's the typical mourning
Okay.
period.
Yeah. So, but anyway, the centaurs that are there are all under 18, so they're pretty wild.
All right. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they form cliques. There's weird trends. You kind of never know what's going to be in. But there's no elders to tell them to shape up, So I guess that'll be me.
Yeah, you'll
This
be.
sounds like the worst system of government or culture that I've ever heard of.
It's based around a curse of turning into a scorpion. Yeah, it's probably pretty bad.
I mean, but like Theagenes, like your friends, the Arisians, like they've been our lifeline for ages. Like they're the biggest source of bros, because they come to the island to fight the scorpions, and then we try to become bros with them, and they we get lifelong friendship out of it. It's pretty great.
Was your bro a region?
Oh yeah, totally.
All right.
That does make sense.
Well, hopefully we can not only help you, but help the rest of the centaurs there too.
Yeah, I mean, because we do what we can, and the system sort of works, but it'd be nice to just be able to live normally.
Yes, it would.
But yeah, so just if any of you is better at interacting with teenagers, I'd say that's who you want to prioritize.
Jade looks at Magus and Theo.
I mean, I'll do what I can, but I'm an old fart to them. They probably will think I'm, not cool anymore. Being 20 and all.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can tell us about the island, about things we should be looking out for, or clues about what we can do to maybe deal with the curse itself?
I mean, there's the whole middle part of the island is kind of inaccessible. Where the tribe lives is there's a small grassland with some forest right on the edge of the island, but everywhere else is desert. It's like canyons and desert. It's weird. But going across the desert is basically a death sentence. The wind and heat is just too strong. It'll just wear you down. So if you want to go inward, you got to go through the canyons. But a lot of scorpions and stuff tend to hole up in there, so it's dangerous. And then they say if you get far enough in, you end up back on the shore and don't know how you got there.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to see what we can find.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun. And will probably be some Oresians there. I mean, there's usually some.
Well, we got Theagenes as our Oresian ambassador. So that should help.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. All right, well, let's do it. I'm gonna start trying to brush up on my lingo, saying cool kid stuff.
Don't worry, you'll never catch up again. That's just lost to the sands of time.
Is it me who's out of touch? No, it's the children.
It's always the children.
I tell my students that I can't actually use their term. Well, I can't. Even though I can't use their cool terminology, I can make it less cool every time I use it.
Yes.
Which is the power that adults
Deadly.
have.
Was it the Homer Simpson quote? I believe that children are the future, unless we stop them now.
All right. Well, so everybody is ready to embark, and yeah. Anything you guys want to take care of before beginning the 3-day trek?
Jade's good.
Good to go. Okay, just interrupt me with any RP or anything you want to do. So the morning sun is starting to climb, and you guys turn what direction? Let's see. World map. Trying to remember where this place is. World map activate.
The Odyssey.
So you guys actually will go directly past the area of dragons as you go southeast, and let's see. So yeah, in the first day, you have fairly good weather, and the spiry form of the area of dragons is eventually visible on the horizon. And Get a perception check from anybody who wants to.
Anybody who wants to.
I am so perceptive. I can't even find my character.
You
I actually am. That's good enough, probably.
Ooh, wow. 23 from Shade. 18 from Falbin, 17 from Magus.
Am I on
The ocean's my backyard, bro.
Theo, you have to click the actors in the top right, and then expand player characters, and then find your character sheet. That's the way to do it.
see.
Daniel, did you make our icon a minivan on purpose?
Yes.
I really like that.
It's a Honda Odyssey.
I see that.
Yep. Okay, so Shade sees it first. The area of dragons on the horizon. You it's most of a day's travel away, so you're very far away from it. But you do see a winged form, very similar to the rock that you fought and killed at the top of the area of dragons, circling and then landing on the spire.
Oh boy. Shade would alert the rest of the party and crew just in case. It looks like the other parent of the rock chicklings has come home. Beware, if it sees us and chases us, we might have a pretty brutal fight.
This probably isn't a chickling. This is probably the partner of the
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
I
he
said it's the parent,
the kid. Okay.
the other parent.
So I mean, and I'm gonna elbow Megas and be like, we're gonna have a second storm ring.
Go ahead.
I want to talk to Nameless and ask him if, does Nameless sense the presence of his mother's horde?
Yeah,
Oh,
actually, like when you point out the rock on the edge of the horizon, he says that we took everything from the tree, but I feel something over there. Suggesting that maybe the other rock has a bit of treasure in its possession.
Well, that makes me want to check it out, but I don't want us to delay our quest.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because after, maybe 20 minutes of it investigating, it takes off and begins to fly southeast in the same direction you're heading, but away from your position.
Okay.
And it's going much
Does-
faster
well,
than
does-
you are.
Right. Does Nameless feel it? I don't know,
the
his
sensation
compass?
of the treasure fades as the rock flies away.
Cool.
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 Can we dive in the Odyssey?
Can you dive? I mean, as long as the windows are rolled up.
Gangplank, right?
We did with Estor.
I think.
Like, is that the ability of a ship, or
I
is
think
that something
is
else?
part of the Ghost Crew's ability.
Okay.
At least for now. So you guys don't have the ability to submerge willingly at this moment.
But with enough control water, we could submerge unwillingly.
Are you sure you want me to use it for that?
No. Don't do that.
I love when instead of me, it's a player that gets to say, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Oh man.
I mean, it is a new day. I did give everybody water breathing. We would survive.
Yes.
And
That's
what
at
a
least
story
most
we
of
would
us.
have.
That's true.
Right.
Well, the Odyssey continues to skirt the edge of the Forgotten Sea. You look down out to the south and just absolutely no sign of land anywhere. It's the biggest stretch of open ocean that you've seen so far. And I know on the map everything looks close, but
I would have some RP after, like, over the course of the first day.
sure.
So Magus would spend at least like the first 5 hours like down in his room copying a scroll that he got into his spell book and learning that with the new Thunderbolt quill, which halved the time that it would take.
Ooh.
Yes. Very nice.
And then he would go and talk to Kyra.
Yeah.
And
You find her. You find her sketching at the front of the ship, the bow.
So I will go and just sit down next to her. And what is she sketching currently?
She is sketching a beetle that she's found on the deck of the ship.
Bored of the vista of the ocean already?
Oh, nonsense. I'm just excited that there's this small little creature that has stowed away with us. This is a Fire Island beetle.
Oh, great. We're introducing foreign species.
Yes, yes. We are going to destroy whole ecologies.
I'm sure he's never had his picture taken.
Most insects have, I'd imagine.
Bold claim.
Unless you are very, very fast and very thorough.
She tucks away a sketchbook behind her. Yes, no, I would never. So what's up? You nearly got eaten.
Again, yes. I think visit my strategy for how I engage in combat because the last several have not gone particularly well for me.
We're all learning together, Magus.
Yes, but learning is my whole thing. I should be better at it.
The more you learn, the more you know that there will be more to learn. Always.
Well, speaking of learning to learn more things, I know that when we spoke the other day, you revealed that there were things that you could not say about your past because you were bound by the oath not to tell me. What was the wording of the oath? Is it that no one can tell the past or that no one can learn the past?
Well, I don't know that I can actually say the wording. But I think the intent is that no one may reveal it by any means. I think you could try reading my mind and it would be blank even if I was trying to think of it. I'd say you're welcome to try, but I would say also don't get your hopes up.
Well, because I'm not intending to try learning from any person in particular. One of the spells that I just learned, I had hoped to get it before we dealt with Chalkia to perhaps learn how to deal with her, learn more about her. But I have recently learned legend lore. which is a means of magically gaining information about anyone or anything.
You're going to put librarians out of a job, Magus.
It does cost a lot of money.
And they breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes,
Well-
but at this moment I do have one use of it.
Are you asking my permission or my endorsement to try?
Well, both, because I would be wanting to learn more about you.
Well, we've come this far, and you've forgiven me through so much. All that with Estor. Yes, you have my permission. I can't promise it will work, but maybe it will be insightful either way.
Maybe. And Kyra. Remember who you are traveling with. You are so worried about us finding the things that you have done in your past. Would you say that that who you are now is reflective of who you were then?
Yes, I mean, all of us change and grow as time goes on, but we're still us. And I'm still who I was, even if I have things I regret. There are things that I am proud of, in the same vein.
Well, if I can tolerate Demetria's presence on this ship, I think you would have to do a lot. Or have to have done a lot to make me question my feelings.
All right, well, then behold the limitless depravity of Kyra the Muse.
Oh, depravity, I'm down with.
She says, well, do you tend to cast the spell here?
It would actually have to be tomorrow. I would have to prepare it. I've only just learned it. It has various limitations on doing things as a wizard instead of other classes, but yes.
Well, I'm down.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, and probably on the deck, because it involves 250 gold worth of incense, and that is not a small amount to burn in my room.
Oh, the crew's going to love this. Just a fire hazard. Cool. Well, I'll be here.
I do have one more question. Are you the only one whose past is concealed by the oath?
No.
Are you allowed to say who else is concealed?
I don't know.
Am I allowed to guess?
I think so.
Are the pasts of the 5 concealed by the oath?
She takes a small deep breath in, kind of clenches, and then says, yes. Closes her eyes. Gah, okay, we're fine.
Interesting. Would you mind if I told you a theory that I have? Maybe not a full theory, but just an inkling.
Sure, you're not really one to theorycraft, though, Magus. This is very odd of you. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. You are the god of swiftness, the goddess of swiftness. The titan of swiftness called you a thief. We also know that in the past there was a titan of craftsmanship. I wonder if the five, all of the five themselves, are thieves in the way that you are, and that you did not come by your aspects of your own.
Here's where I will choose to be more careful in what I say. And simply say nothing.
I know. We will see if tomorrow I learn more.
Maybe so. See if you learn anything about this beetle, though.
If you are willing to front me 250 gold to learn more about this beetle, then I will do so.
I haven't reached that level of boredom yet, thankfully.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wait, 3 days!
Not that bored. I think we are all in trouble.
Cool. Well, she has given you her endorsement to attempt a legend lore to discover more about her origin.
While all of that is going on and en route, Falbin would be trying to get with Theo with regard to the star metal ingot and trying to figure out potential applications.
Totally. Yeah, let me pull up some information on that really quick. It's definitely the strangest metal that you've laid eyes on. It's very, very heavy. And as old as you assume it is basically unscratched. Whether or not it's something you would test, at some point, you either try scratching it or you accidentally scratch with, a bronze sword or something, and it just doesn't etch anything.
Theo, is there anything you would try with the metal to learn of its properties? Oh, master crafter, inventor.
We could use alchemical treatments to see how it reacts to different things to figure out its composition. We could see what temperatures it starts to melt at and see if we could actually start to work it into something. See its hardness level, we could test that.
Yeah,
basically a lot of testing.
Theo, if in this day you want to just investigate the star metal, then do an intelligence check and add your your tool proficiency modifier.
I'm so intelligent. 10. Tool proficiency.
Probably plus 5.
Where does one find that? I know I'm proficient with tools that are for jewelry and that type of stuff.
Falvin, are you part of this?
I mean, I'm there with him.
Yeah.
Would that give him advantage on the roll?
Yes. But not just because you're there. There is something about this metal that rings familiar to you specifically. So if you want to re-roll that,
roll again.
Okay, so
17.
We'll call that a 17 plus, Or did you already do it?
I didn't do the plus to it yet. Trying to see where I actually have my list of tools. I know I'm proficient with jewelry
Your
making
proficiency
and
bonus right now is +5. I think everybody's is. So, or is it? No, not +5. What else is? Somebody else tell me their proficiency bonus.
Proficiency?
Mine's
+4. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's +4.
So we'll call that a 21. The two of you look at this. It's. I may have described it as an ingot before. It's pretty spherical. It's not perfectly spherical. It is definitely irregular, but not in ways that tools would have carved irregularities. It seems like it is a natural shape. Falbin, you feel like somehow you've seen something like this before, but not up close, not anywhere close. In fact, from miles away. This feels like, looking at it, it feels like whenever you've seen a star, like a falling star in the sky.
Okay.
And then Theo, you would guess that this metal has incredible potential to be used in magical weapons or armor. Seems like it would be very, very, very difficult to work with, but has just incredible latent magical hosting potential.
I will relay that.
Something that probably Vulcan would need to work with. But yeah, so combined, I'll tell you that it's a metal that can be used in crafting very rare magic items. It is also probably like a meteorite or something that falls from the sky. So it does not naturally occur in the earth of Thelia.
Sounds like it could be powerful if used correctly.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your help with this, Theo.
That's what I'm here for.
And then I guess the other thing that I would broach as we're sort of ending this investigation would be, we haven't mounted the rock beak on the front of the ship yet, have we? I don't think so.
Unless you would have ordered the crew to do that while you were on aboard Fire Island. That can be something that you do.
I would get Shade and Theo in on this and see how we can get this all set up and sort of crafted into the front of the ship so that we can use it as a potential weapon and as a hey, look what we did sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we get what's his name? The
Steros?
Steros, yeah.
That's a great
Starts
idea.
with an S.
Sure.
Steros is also a good master craftsman too.
Yeah, I say between all of you, you could probably accomplish that in the next day. The real trick is, making it look
Good.
good. Well, because the prow of the Odyssey is already in the shape of a dragon head, so not really making it look good, but not diminishing the draconic nature of the of the figurehead, but enhancing it with the rock beak. So
I at least was thinking that rather than putting it on the very prow, it would be below the prow. So the dragon head would stick out just over this, and it would be more like a blade running below it.
Yeah, okay.
So,
all right, that's cool. I like that.
Pierce our enemies.
Yeah.
Pierce them.
It'll give you +X to ramming checks, and we'll nail that down. We'll nail that down in a little bit. But sweet. So the that full day passes. You guys keep sailing southeast, and
I was going to say one last
Yeah.
thing on that day, since it takes 3 days to get there. Is our Falbin? Are you wanting to fish at all on this journey?
I am down anytime you want to fish, brother. Let's get this done.
I figured we could do it in like a break from the prowing.
Sure. Okay. Well,
So that would be a survival check.
Yep.
If we're good to fish, DM.
Go for it. I've already kicked off the music, of course.
That's Shade survival.
Oh, and a 28 from Robin.
All right, so then that means that we're probably catching a fish.
I would say so.
The DC is 10, so we both pass there, and then we roll a D100 to find out what we're catching.
I'm gonna say with that survival, you catch 2.
No, that's
That's fine. It's the random anyways. So 48. 48 would be you have caught a bay salmon. It is a 57-pound fish.
All right, that's a big fish.
That is a big boy. 56. A sockeye salmon, a 9-pound fish.
Who rolled that?
That was me. So I caught 2 sockeye salmon, total
I'll
of
give
18
you
pounds.
a second random roll rather than 2 of the same fish.
Oh, okay. I love that.
come on, dragon turtle.
Yeah, I know, right? 45. Also a bay salmon.
Oh.
So 2 57-pound fish and 1 sockeye salmon.
Ooh, so Falbin comes in the lead on the fish weight again.
Nice.
Undefeated, at least according to Kyra.
According to the official records, Falbin is undefeated.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, thank you for recording that. Appreciate it. All right, well, you guys have some new fish, and how exciting! How exciting!
How exciting.
All right, well, the first evening at sea passes, and you guys get your long rest. It is now Kentios the 17th. We'll say that you wake up to a drizzle of rain.
One quick thing.
Yeah.
For some reason Discord wasn't working, but before the day ended previous, I would like to check with the chef and see if any of our stores have diminished more than would be expected for the number of people aboard.
I see. Okay, I'm trying to remember what his name was. Her name.
Her name is Flame Grill.
Right.
That's her nickname.
She says, I keep a really tight, count on everything. You think I would let something just walk away?
I'm not. I am relying on your tight count. I'm wondering just if there might be the slight hint that there's someone aboard who shouldn't be.
I mean, all right, if you're concerned, I'll take a look. And she goes in the pantry, and you hear just the scribbling, etching of quill on parchment, mumbling of mathematics in her head. And she comes out, and her brow is furrowed. She's, No, it's not right. This can't be right.
I don't like those words.
I mean, we're a little short, just a little, but that could have just fallen overboard or something.
No. I think I have an idea. It's not you. You are doing an amazing job.
Well, thank
I'll
you.
look into
I
it tomorrow.
accept no criticism. If you find something that's taking my food, and it is my food, I want you to know, you eat it, but it's mine. So I own you a little bit. But if you find whatever is taking it, I want it off the ship.
We'll see.
Okay. We'll see if you get breakfast. Yeah, so a little bit of rations missing. Just a little bit.
Yeah, Falbin and Shade show up and hand over the food.
Cool. Well, at least somebody is helping the food situation around here.
I am literally the person who hired you.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so the next morning comes, and Magus, you do have your spell prepared if you want to go ahead and do that.
Yes, I'm just going through and I'm seeing which spells to repair and which to sacrifice because we may still have to fight a dragon turtle today. Who knows?
Oh, why would you have to do that?
Not like we might go fishing for one or anything.
Yeah. Next time we fish, I have some dialogue I'm going to share with you, Shade.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I've gotten all that taken care of. And yes,
Okay.
I will go up on deck and find Kyra and snap my fingers and summon my secret chest, which is where I've been storing the probably copious amounts of incense that came with the spell scroll. And I will cast Legend Lore, specifically trying to find out about Kyra and what she stole and her theft from the Titan and her history before and during the Dragon War.
Yeah. Let me just read this spell description and make sure that I have everything. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you've named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you learn is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language. For example, if you have a mysterious axe on hand, the spell might yield this information. Woe to the evildoer whose hand touches the axe, for even the haft slices the hand of the evil ones. Only a true child of stone, lover and beloved of Moradin, may awake the true powers of the axe, and only with the sacred word Rudnog on the lips. Wow.
Rudnog.
Yeah.
It's all just part of the example.
Yes, it's part of the spell description.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay, so you light all this incense. We'll say that like the ship kind of moves to a slower speed so as to not, put out the incense from the wind, and you think, and you are forming your mind palace because it does depend on the information you already know. So you're putting together the things you've learned, the clues you've discovered, the history of Thelia and the war. And let's see. I'm trying to decide what I should say. Give me just a moment.
Okay. Yeah, don't mind me as I use magic to break your campaign.
Oh no.
He's just loading ChatGPT.
Ira dies.
So, you know the basics. You know the basics that, Thelia was once for ages and ages and ages just a wilderness of centaurs, satyrs, other native creatures that worshipped the Titans. And then long after their origin, the Dragonlords arrived. And soon after the war came against the Titans, and most of the Dragonlords and dragons were killed during the war. You're still not learning anything new, but your mind is focusing on the sudden appearance of the five gods, who began to walk the land, and when all seemed lost, and they acted quickly, and through their powers and their leadership, they were able to force the Titans into a truce, the Oath of Peace. And I think, again, though you are not learning anything really new, you are focused on the suddenness of the Five's arrival after what was basically almost a total defeat of the Dragonlords. There is also, let's see. Your mind also lingers on Balmitria and her sacrifice as she threw herself against the Titans, and then ascended.
Okay, so I am learning that there is something like even more so than previously understood. There is something significant about Balmetria's sacrifice and the suddenness of the appearance of the Five.
Yes, I would say that's exactly the main takeaway that you get.
Okay. This is kind of like Magus's like internal struggle of like magic, the thing that he is all about, and versus the power of oaths, which he really doesn't like.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So you probably are a bit disappointed that there wasn't really anything new that you learned. It does seem that whatever you were trying to access is truly locked away.
I will communicate this to Kyra.
She seems a little disappointed. She, not in you, just in the fact that it didn't work, and just I figured it was too good to be true, and it's a shame because I know, right? And I just can't tell you. I can't even think of it. But I want you to know so that you have as much, to work with as you can.
Is it too ambitious to desire the power to even rend the power of oaths and the Furies?
I wouldn't say so, but I would just caution, the power of oaths is the reason why any of the mortals still live to this day.
Well, perhaps. I guess you would know more than me.
All I know is the Titans would have never stopped if it wasn't for the oath.
I am going to want to be speaking more with you and Valis and Damon about why exactly did the Titans agree to the oath.
I think they would know more than I.
And just as an aside, that is something that Magus would be doing during our journeys, is like trying to communicate with sending to Valis and Damon, like trying to figure things out.
Right.
And with that being done, I'm going to cast another spell.
Okay.
For the other spell scroll that I ordered from the academy, also intending to use on Fire Island, but I think may be applicable here. And I am going to cast a Locate Creature.
Mhm.
I'm going to say under my breath, God damn it, Timon.
You cast Locate Creature on Timon. Can I get a drum roll, please? I said please. Okay, no drum roll.
I gave
that's
one,
fine.
but it's not coming through the microphone.
That's all right. No Timon.
Is he a creature?
Oh, that's even more interesting.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
you do not
I'm
sense the
slightly
presence-
disappointed.
Right? I am too. But that is what was rolled months ago.
So is this you know what? The thing that's eating our food must be Graxus.
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
That thing just bullbug. He's
Maybe.
he's a hungry
Yeah.
man.
But then I would bring it up with the rest of the group that there is we quite likely have a stowaway. I don't know, like I tried to locate them, but I can only locate someone that I already know, and so I can't just say stowaway and it would show me with magic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like Theagenes, if you have your like special like arcane eye, if you can look around or something. Or just,
I mean, I can explore the ship, but that doesn't mean I'll be able to find the person. I can.
Everyone keep an eye out for weird happenings, because
Actually, I
going
can
through
look.
food slightly faster than expected.
I mean, that's not too unexpected, right? People steal snacks.
Maybe. But if there is a stowaway, we should probably find them.
Okay, well, I'm going to use, since Magus is fixated on this, I'm going to use my sight to look through the entirety of the ship. And by look through, I mean look through. And see if there's anybody I don't recognize.
Okay, make a perception check.
Sure, I think I have advantage on that. Give me a second. Because I have my helmet thing. Oh no, it's the shield. It's the shield that puts it. Yeah. Advantage on wisdom and perception checks. So we'll just do
23, you activate your Batman Arkham Asylum detective vision, and you look through the ship, and you see the treants on the ore deck rowing, and you see the sailors on the top deck. There is one small little creature hiding in a crate in one of the cargo areas.
Well, I'll be. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna keep that to myself, and I'm going to say nope. Don't see anybody.
What? Okay.
And then I'm going to go check it out on my own.
Okay. Cool. I'm debating whether or not to have you roll a deception check on that.
I have
don't see
double
anybody.
proficiency on deception, but sure.
If you want to roll, yeah, I'd say roll it. Especially if other party members are like waiting to see whether or not you.
Oh yes, everyone knows Magus is great at insight.
Yeah, I'll say if your passive insight is 18 or greater, then you might know that he's concealing something. But if it isn't, then you believe him. Either way, you proceed down to the cargo hold, and you find the crate in question.
I knock.
There's no reply.
I know you're in there.
There's still no reply.
Okay, well, we're gonna call Nameless and ask him to peek his head through and say hello.
Nameless goes ethereal, peeks his head through. I'll say he can't say hello while he's phased through the crate.
Okay.
But he can tell you what he sees. It's Bisk, the lizard folk.
Bisk is in a crate?
Yeah.
Okay. Bisk? Are you all right?
You remember that he does not speak common.
Oh, what does he speak Draconian?
Yes, Draconic. Yeah.
Oh, Draconic? Okay. Well, I say Bisk in Draconic then, because
he he pokes his head out the lid of the crate, and he looks ashamed.
What are you doing in that crate?
He tells you that he's been sent on a mission.
Okay.
He's afraid to say more.
Who has sent you on this mission?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
An 18, yeah. He looks around and seeing nobody around, and you seem like a friendly sort. He says that you are very polite, which he vibes with, and he says it was the shaman of their tribe who sent him on this mission.
And what is his mission?
He is supposed to travel along with you and record what he sees from your adventures and then report back so that the tribe and other tribes will gain confidence in you guys.
Okay. Well, tell him that he can do that openly and doesn't need to hide.
He just did not want to intrude.
Well, this is better than hiding in a box.
Okay. He asks if there will be any food for him to eat.
Yes, we will give you food to eat.
Okay. All right. Well, then he hops out of the crate and he has a crude sketchbook with stick figure depictions of you guys on it, and he follows you to wherever you are going to set him up.
Okay.
Probably be right where he was before in the crew compartment.
Right. Yeah, you can have that box. Okay, so, well, I announce his presence to everybody and say, hello, everyone, this is Bisk. He's been asked by the shaman to record our deeds to increase trust in us, and I decided we should welcome him aboard.
Kyra and Aesop kind of in unison go, I'm sorry, are we not, what are we? Like, are we not capable of this?
Capable of what?
Recording your deeds?
Well, from the specific lizard folk perspective.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're moving in a different direction.
You know, I hear that some cultures consider chopped liver to be a delicacy.
Bisk licks his lips at that. Yeah, so if anybody has any problem, he's going to just hang out.
Zarion would approach him and say, "Well, if you're recording events, let me show you what happened with the T-Rex." As he's already shown everybody like a dozen times.
I was gonna say he hasn't already shown them. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Bisk is like
he's very proud of this.
Oh yeah, I mean Bisk likes watching it. It's like the only TV he gets to watch ever. So, yeah, so he does that, and then he's drawing you guys in more detail, and yeah, so now you have another stowaway, but it's not Timon, surprisingly.
Man.
Magus breathes a sigh of relief.
Everybody's so split. Cool. So the morning continues. The slow drizzle of rain is starting to pick up, and until you're traveling through a pretty solid curtain of rain, continuing to the southeast.
What?
Okay. I will probably be like, I don't really have anything major planned before we get to the island, unless you guys have anything else you want to do in character on the boat.
Just doing what we can with the prow. I imagine at some point we're going to discuss who we're taking with us to the island.
Yeah.
On that note, I would want to go up and talk to Shade. And so, to this point, we have brought with us, I think, everyone but specifically 2 of the people that we've brought with us. And I don't particularly trust Demetria on excursions. So,
Yes.
I think it would be fair to take my brother on this next trip.
Does make sense.
I don't trust myself to be one to put him into danger. Even if that is where he would serve as an asset, so I think that should fall to you.
Jade nods slowly. All right. I will take this responsibility and know that I will do whatever seems best to keep him out of danger, but also that goes for the rest of us as well.
I know that he would resent being handled with kid gloves, and I don't think I am able to make that call.
I can understand. I have definitely seen him, and why I'm blanking on everybody's names today. The archer girl.
Oh,
What's her name?
Corinna.
Oh man. Him and Corinna have definitely been talking, and I think he is getting that longing look for some type of adventure. So I think he would be well suited to this one. I was thinking we'd bring. Well, Pholon is a given. It's his home island.
Yeah, Pholon can come aboard
Yeah.
without counting against your NPC count.
Okay, so then it's like I was thinking that this might be one of the only islands that Pythor can come with us on without intruding on any of the oaths. So probably Adrian and Pythor.
Wow, that's like a dream moment for Adrian.
Oh yeah. Problem with that, as an aside, as a player and not as a character, Daniel, didn't you give us hints that this was an island where we should probably be bringing Sprout?
Maybe, yeah, actually. I mean, you don't have to at all. There is just potentially relevance for her. But you can always, like, come back, swap people out if you need to. How about this? If you want Pythor to come along, he'll kind of do his own thing. He won't be like right in your party, if that makes sense.
Well, I am trying to wonder if there is any way that this player information would filter down into character information.
That's a good
for
point.
making that decision.
That's
because
a good point.
we do kind of know that there is some weird like fate aspect stuff because of Theagenes.
Yep.
But I don't really know much beyond that. So like it would make sense to bring a thinker more than in addition to our punchers.
Yes.
Yes.
How about go with what your character gut says, and like, if there's anything that is like, yes, Sprout needs to be a part of this, then we will be able to double back or make that happen some other way.
We can send Rue for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Send a wing of dragons as an honor guard with Rue.
Exactly. So bring who your characters would think to bring this time, and ignore me for now.
I mean, I was personally just this player / character talk, I guess. From the Shades perspective, this is mostly a desert that we're probably going to be through, and that is like not a great Sprout thing. So he would be like, it's like even if she wants to go, she'd probably only be able to really be good around the perimeter where there's some amount of vegetation. Once we go into the drought, that would probably be like the most brutal thing for her out of all of us. And we haven't taken Pythor, we haven't taken Adrian, so he's kind of like first in line for dibs. And Pythor, again, since this isn't aligned with any of the Titans, he should be able to be free to act here. So if we're going to take him anywhere, this would probably be the first option that we could take him. That's Shade's thoughts.
Makes sense to me. Bro Squad.
Yeah, no kidding.
Cool. Yeah, that works for me. Okay.
Power of muscles.
Kyra is going to approach Theagenes and just sort of ask, so what's your kind of standing with any Arisian soldiers we might meet? Are they going to recognize you? Are you okay?
Are you secret royalty?
I don't know if anyone will recognize me officially as far as the Arisian's concerned. I am dead. Unless they notice something about my my bearing or my fighting style, I don't think that they'll make the connection.
Okay. Well, do you think?
I guess to that extent, I would prefer not to be some kind of like Arisian diplomat type, and would prefer to hide the fact that I'm from Arisia more than anything.
Got it. Okay.
Does he tell the rest of us this? Because Shade will definitely volunteer him as that.
Oh yeah,
Otherwise,
we have an Arisian friend.
I will. I'll take Kyra's question as a point to state that like I'll be concealing my Arisian background as best I can.
Okay. Perfect.
Good to know. Shade scribbles that out of his notebook.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Any other planning in that? No. Okay.
Magus would be looking up various like Arisian dating practices.
Gross.
You could just ask Theagenes.
So, wingman.
Yes. I suggest acting as broy as you possibly can.
This may be a little difficult. I am going to be so upset if my brother gets more of these hot young warriors than I do.
As I believe the immortal Theo once quoted, my strength is not my strength.
Yeah. I'll give you that. I mean, Theagenes would know this, but the Arisians who come to Scorpion Island they're basically on a trial of sorts. They are there to, they're there to prove their strength and their commitment to duty, and also to potentially gain a bonded centaur mount, which is a great power adder in battle, and also just, it's, if you can do that, come to Scorpion Island, defeat some scorpions, and return with a bonded centaur, then that's like, you nailed it. So they are going to be pretty focused. Not that you can't, not that you couldn't socialize, but they are there on.
Magus has 21 charisma.
Sure. And they have 23 duty points. I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
So
I
Magus,
mean, you could always neg them.
It's true. I hear it works.
you could always use Pholon as your wingman, and let them assume he's your bonded mount.
Exactly. Oh,
I don't know how Kageros would think about that.
You sure could.
So you have to tell them. You just can let them assume. Anyways.
Yeah, so okie dokie. The rain continues throughout the day, just getting stronger as you move into the night. You basically can't see any navigation elements like the stars or the horizon, but the Antikythera is continuing to take you in what you hope is the right direction. You sleep through the night, though it is, pretty loud as you sleep. In the morning, the ship is definitely rocking a lot more. The waves have gained in intensity, and there is thunder rolling.
Ouch.
What's that?
Fallen.
Oh, wisdom saving. Ooh, no sleep for the wicked.
Hey, 15. That's pretty good.
Ooh, thunder.
Ooh. What is this wisdom saving throw?
I'm just showing him how it's done.
Well, I wish I was as smart as you.
Okay, so as the morning moves into mid-morning, those up on the deck are finding it difficult to stay stationary due to the wind. The Ultros is having trouble staying on course as you are kind of moving directly into the wind. So I'm going to say, Shade, if you could please make a survival check on your piloting.
Whoa. Have anything for that in my... Oh, wow. This doesn't... Checking if I have anything else. Alright, so I'm just proficient in it, so. Alright. Cool.
Okay. You are able to form a path that sort of skirts the edge of the storm and keeps some wind in the sails. You are fighting to hold course according to the Antikythera's directions, and you're stable. But you feel like it's probably best to order people to go below deck if not immediately needed. So who all is staying on deck, if anybody? I mean, well, Shade, I think you need to.
Yeah, I'm piloting the boat. I'm standing at the ship's wheel, cutting a dashing heroic figure. Oh, hold the course.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, is anybody else?
So of course,
Falbin's feeling pretty run down and is moving sluggishly, and he will be going below deck.
Okay.
Megas is below deck, but also attentive to like if there's any call. He like Shade. If you need crazy magic, just call.
you're the first on my list for crazy magic.
Sweet. So who is anybody above deck with Shade?
I am.
Theagenes is. Theo.
Theo's in the cabin trying to think of ways to use that metal that he found.
Cool. So Shade and Theagenes, the only ones up on deck. Theagenes, I'm gonna have you roll a strength saving throw.
Who?
You lose your footing and start to slide across the deck, but just before you reach the other edge, the railing, you are able to grab a rope and stop yourself from potentially being swept overboard.
Gosh.
It's rough. Shade, what is your passive perception? It's a decent. It's 16.
16.
You look off to the, I guess to the southwest, where the center of this storm is, the darkest part. It really looks like a distant hurricane, like you are sort of riding the edge of a hurricane. But as you sort of look, peering at what would be the eye of the hurricane, you see lightning flashing and shapes appearing silhouetted in the center of the storm as the lightning flashes.
What types of shapes?
Roll a perception check.
Why, I think I shall.
Theagenes, you can also roll one if you'd like.
Yay!
Like Shade, you can be like, what is that?
Yeah, I'd be like, look, do you see anything?
Theagenes, what you see, because Shade, you see like large shapes that are above the surface of the water, moving sort of in and out of each other. Theagenes, you can see what looks like a very, very large, not humanoid, but something with a head and arms and a torso. And it is wrestling with some sort of massive tentacled creature.
Okay.
And the more humanoid figure, you see it throw a punch at the tentacled creature, and it has 3 arms on each side. The not the tentacle thing, but the person.
Oh, okay.
Were we literally watching Sidon wrestle the Kraken?
You don't know. But they're just going at it, and lightning is striking. And yeah, they just fight.
How far away is it?
Miles.
All right.
So this is like out in this area of the ocean type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, the deeper, more dangerous water.
How many miles?
I mean, you'd be turning directly into the storm and would be very difficult to make headway, but, probably a couple hours of sailing.
A couple hours of sailing. Okay. Give me just a second.
Is there an ability or a spell
He's
that you
looking
are...
at his long-range sensors, yeah.
So what I'm learning from this is we need to recruit the Kraken to our cause.
Mhm.
How many feet in a mile?
5,280.
5280.
Thank you, 4th grade.
Are they 3.5 miles away?
We'll say they're just under 3.5 miles away for the purposes of
Well-
whatever this bullshit is.
It would take me a full hour, but I could cast Arcane Eye and get an up close view.
Oh, I'm down.
Because it would be like directing the eye 30 feet for the full hour of the spell.
Sure, why not? I mean, as long as Shade is okay, like sort of spilling some of the wind and killing your speed so that he can do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you say what you're going to do, then Shade will definitely accommodate the best he can.
I mean, but we probably don't want to be caught in this, so we probably want to keep moving away from it, yeah?
Yeah, like we'll keep our current heading, but if basically it's just a matter of slowing down so you can get out there, like get
And
your
we'll
eye
say
out there.
you
then-
don't have to get all the way there. You just have to close the distance enough so that you can see some more detail.
Right, what's the range? The range, I think, is unlimited. Just only limited. Well, it actually doesn't matter how far we're moving, because once I cast the spell, the eye is moving independently, not in relation to me.
Sure.
So we can keep moving away from it as far as we want while I get a closer look.
Cool.
Okay.
Then we'll just keep moving.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to meditate on Arcane Eye. And just move it in that direction. The next-
Highly recommend you go below deck before you cast that, so you're not just meditating on the deck.
Or tie you to the mast or something.
Yeah. Was it Jason and the Argonauts, or
Yep.
is it the? Yeah, just tie you to the mast.
No, it's
We're living.
Odysseus.
Oh, just yeah.
Odysseus. That's what this campaign is basically based on. So, all right. So you move to a safe location and you cast your Arcane Eye, and it starts venturing out across the rolling tumultuous seas towards the eye of this hurricane. And, after about 30, 40 minutes of moving, you can finally see enough detail where it's not just silhouettes. You can actually start to see the true detail of these forms. It is, you've never seen one, but you've heard legends of a kraken before, a massive aberration with a series of whip-like tentacles, each able to crush a small boat in its grip. Its head dips and rises below the water, this huge reptilian head with this horrible ivory beak, and its intense yellow eyes. And it is fighting with not Sidon, but a creature very much like Sidon, younger.
Okay.
You roll an investigation check.
Sure. No, I roll a 15 on it. I'm just going to use my divination dial.
Okay. You would very much guess that this is a...
Well, the total would be then 15 plus... Wait, plus 5. Yeah. Okay, so, a 20 total.
A 20 total. You would guess this would have to be a child of the Titan.
That is interesting.
And he seems to be having a wonderful time. There is laughter and insults being thrown at this kraken.
Okay. I'll continue to watch until Arcane Eye runs out, I guess.
Okay.
Getting as up close as I can, super cool drone shots of this.
Right. One second.
It's like, how tall is this Titan? Or child Titan? Titan it?
Probably, probably not much shorter than Sidon was. 30 feet-ish.
Okay.
And so there's a bit of a shallow area that he is, walking on.
I just assumed he could walk on water, but all right.
He can walk. He can walk waist deep in water. That is his special power.
Doesn't matter how deep it is, but he could be waist deep.
Exactly. He's waist deep, roughly 30 to 40 feet tall. So the Kraken is definitely bigger than him, but he is holding his own. You stay there for a minute or two, and you can see that this young Titan seems to be maybe a bit overzealous, and the Kraken continues to lash out with new tentacles seemingly from out of nowhere, and they both sort of release from each other after a series of strong blows, and then they both disengage from each other. Seems like the battle has been a stalemate.
Mm-hmm. Well, and is my arcane eye running out?
Yeah, I mean, unless there's anything else you want to observe.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll
It
break
sounds like
the-
you're very far away from your bike right now, at least to me.
Yes, I am. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll break the spell and inform the others what I've seen. Do we? I don't know if we've talked about this, but do we know of any sons of Sidon?
Oh, we know that there are tons of demi-titans.
I see.
But I don't
So
think
we-
we've heard of any that approach like full titanhood.
Yeah, like my mom was normal height.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I guess we know of it now. They
Yeah.
rest Krakens for fun.
I'll give you one more thing. So before your arcane eye fades, it hears a telepathic message, seemingly not directed at you or your arcane eye, but at the young Titan, and it's the voice of the Kraken, and it just offers a warning to never trespass in its realm again.
Trespass. I see how it is. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I guess I informed the party of all that. What do you all... I don't know if that's useful information, but now we know it. If he fights on side, that is not good.
Who, this Titan?
Yeah.
Right.
So what we need to do is we just need to fight a Kraken, and if we can beat a Kraken, then we know that we're stronger than this guy.
In theory.
I
Although
mean,
this-
Better yet-
You got all of Falbin's support on this idea, Megas. Well done.
One vote or 2 votes for fighting a kraken.
That was sarcasm, Calvin.
Oh.
That's what
Falbin is
sarcasm
clearly
sounds
crestfallen.
You're kind of mean, Magus. Getting his hopes up like that.
like.
Yeah.
Well.
All right. Well, you continue moving away from the storm, and the waters are starting to be less rough, and the rain is starting to die as the evening comes to an end.
Question.
Yeah.
From what Theagenes saw, when the young titans stopped fighting, did the storm start to dissipate, or did the storm continue?
Ooh. The storm started to dissipate.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. But okay, so the the morning of the third day arrives, and it's starting to clear, and you are making your way on the last leg to Scorpion Island, which I'll go ahead and reveal the location of the island now. Bada boom.
Bing, ba, boom.
And anything else before we get to the island?
So we did another long rest.
Yes.
Okay, so I have all my spells and I get a new divination die. What will it be? Oh, 13.
I should take a long rest so I get all my hit die back.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it means I need to do a thing again. I don't like this.
Whatever could you mean?
We're getting nervous over here. So.
Oh, now we're talking.
That's good.
What a great night's sleep for Falbin.
It was so restful. When you sleep, you only remove one level of exhaustion, correct?
I believe so. Yes. Or hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So I'm trying to think. You guys left on the morning of the first day. So morning of the second day. Sorry. Let's say you left Monday morning. It takes 3 days to get there, so you would arrive Thursday morning. Right?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So, on the morning of the next day, you know you were getting close, and let's see. Oh, there's my notes. So you start to see on the horizon an island edged by sandy beaches and calm waters. There are grasslands at the northern part of the island with shrubs and small trees. There really are no forests visible from here. You can see sort of the effect of heat rising off of the more interior parts of the island, sort of distorting the sunrise as it comes up from the east. You can tell it's very hot in the middle portion of the island. But there is a pretty clear looking bay at the sort of this most northern point of the island that looks perfect for parking a ship. And in fact, you see one other ship already there.
Well, then we make for it. Unless Pholon recommends otherwise by his experience on the island.
No. He says the centaurs are very welcoming to visitors. You know, any visitor is an opportunity for a new bro. That's what he says. You guys talk. I'm gonna be right back.
Strangers are bros you just haven't met yet.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Oh.
Well, he just left. But like, one of the things that I would want to know is like, what is the current political like tension like between Mitros and Eresia? Like,
I think the last we talked about it is like they're on the brink of war, like constantly.
right. So like, if we are recognized as a Mitrosian ship, since we are flying certain colors of businesses in Mitros,
yeah. The milk is worth it. The milk
Yes.
is worth it.
Yes.
maybe we just shouldn't
Always.
park right next to a boat full of Aresian warriors.
Let's just pull up. Howdy, neighbor.
Got milk?
Make us just
Friend of my Lord and Savior, the Goblet of Malta.
Malta. We have malted milk.
Like, since the Ultros is like so big, it would be just kind of a fun power move to just pull up beside their boat, like dwarfing it with the size of ours.
Oh. Man, how many rowing decks do you have on there? Like what? Like it can fit like 30? Huh, we can fit like 90. Oh.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. What?
What are we talking
Oh,
about?
we're just flexing on the Aresians with the Ultros.
Sure. Oh yeah, it's definitely a smaller ship. I mean, it is a ship of war, but more meant for a small contingent of soldiers, not a whole like army. And the Ultros is a massive ship compared to most. But yeah, so you arrive and you can see a crude but definitely effective dock This is sort of, you can see a lot of the construction is a region. Theagenes would notice that. So it seems like the regions have sort of helped establish a port here because they are here so frequently. But
I mean, there's a dock, but I assume there's not like a town or anything there. It's just
there. I mean, well, you see activity further in. There's the edges of a village, and there are some ruins scattered. You could probably see that some of the ruins are Geigen in construction. I mean, the Geigen Empire spanned basically all of Thelia at some point. Centaurs are not the most noteworthy of craftsmen, but you know.
But man, those rope ladders.
That's
right.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just like tree houses, actually. But actually, one thing you do
Magus
see
will be wearing his chiton, like completely down around his waist, so bare chested, and maybe a little less obvious in the Mytrosian style.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Bare chested.
Peacocking over here.
Peacocking.
Shade's just gonna stick with the Grim Lord ambiance he's got going on with the Umber Hulk armor, the Cerberus head cape. I'll just keep with that.
It's a real friendly.
Hold up. I want to teach, if possible, Magus some cool phrases to say to the Arisian soldiers that are.
Am I going to have to roll insight on this?
Yes, you are. So I'm going to use deception here. Let's see. Normal.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god.
5. No, +5 +8. Okay. All right. Yes. 22.
22. All right, and then Magus.
Oh.
So
I'm going to use inspiration to make that a 25.
Darn it. Wait. What was your roll?
17.
How dare you?
No, I can't use the dividend. I have to do it beforehand.
The roll was a 17.
Can I make him roll a 13?
that's up to Magus.
Fine.
If you agree,
Yeah!
you can keep that inspiration. Don't worry about spending it.
Excellent. Keep your inspiration. I use my divination die. Okay, let's see. You now believe that it's cool to say that they greet each other by calling each other Hotman.
I knew you were gonna say Hotman. Flamio. Hotman.
Flamio.
Flamio Hotman.
Okay, so who are you?
Real quick on a.
Yeah, go for it.
But as I say, real quick on a slight I guess logistics thing. Depending on what we know of like how Fey mortal interactions go, Shade might elect to not use the dock and kind of anchor a little bit farther away, which I kind of realized I probably should have retconned this for the other islands, but definitely wanted to give Demetria and the Treants opportunities to get off the ship and stay on land while we're
sure.
anchored.
Yeah.
So they can spend like probably in shifts, half and half, like a full day each on land with soil and fresh water and stuff.
Yeah.
To make sure keep them in good health and stuff. And if that would cause problems with the people, then he would not use the dock. If I feel like it wouldn't cause problems, then we'd use the dock like normal. But yeah.
How about this? There is there's an Arisian sailor who sort of jogs up the beach because he can see you approaching, and he gives a wave, and he has a sort of a megahorn or what is it, like a megaphone,
Bullhorn.
a little horn, bullhorn, and he basically is directing you towards the dock if you like.
Okay, then we'll use the dock.
He says, unless you have treants, and then we're gonna kill you.
Then I veer away from the dock.
No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he directs you towards the docks and runs up the sort of stone steps and throws a rope up to you and starts to assist with tying it down. And
Is he hot?
let's see. I'm gonna roll a d20 for hotness.
For hotness scale.
Oh, he's so funny. You know what? I'll use my. Unless you want to roll an inspiration. That's pretty low on the hotness.
No, that's fine.
Okay. He's really funny, and
I see.
Yeah.
He's all
Starts joking with the other sailors.
yeah. So he says, hail there, my name's Drew. Welcome to Scorpion Island.
Thank you.
My good Hotman.
Oh. It's an older code, but I suppose it checks out. My grandfather used to call me Hartman. Permission to come aboard, please.
Granted.
Just slowly turn and look at Theagenes.
He comes aboard, and he says, "Forgive me, sir. I haven't met many elven regions. You must be one of the original settlers. I apologize. Anyway, my name is Drew, and I'm the dockman here."
Well, we're coming to investigate the island. Of one of its citizens with us. Motioning to Pholon.
How long does he have?
Just a few months. That's what we're hoping to rectify.
You know he can find a bonded brother anywhere.
True. We're hoping to just investigate everything. Bit of an adventure, you know.
I see. Are you aware of the potential dangers of this port? Before I encourage you leave your vessel, it's quite dangerous, you know.
Looking at Pholon, like kind of asking without words, like, you did tell us about everything, right? Like, yes, I believe we are.
He'll be like, yes, heat stroke, very dangerous.
Yes, there is that. The giant scorpions as well. Just as long as you know.
Oh yes, of course.
This is not a tourist destination.
Yes, we are aware.
Very well.
Cut to make.
Thank you for your concern. Got the sunscreen on his nose.
For your safety and just for the safety of my brothers in arms, I must ask you to not interfere with any of the monks' trials. They are here to prove their worth and to gain glory through victory, and just would ask that you not interfere, even if you see them in dire need.
Leave them to die if we need to. All right, got it. Is that what you were saying?
merely that this trial is their own, which includes the risks involved. So,
I dare say we might have trouble just leaving them to die, but we will interfere. We will do our best to not interfere at all.
Very well. I'm simply the dock worker, so I will be. No worries.
So, Drew, would they consider it a grave insult if we were to save them from
if there was absolutely no chance of their victory, it might be acceptable. But if there's still blood in their veins and fight on their breaths, then I would leave them to it.
Okay. And does fraternization count as interference?
Well, it would be unusual, but I can't say it hasn't happened before.
All right.
He sees you clearly not interested in him. Anyway, but well, okay. Well, the Centaur village is just ahead, past the dirt bike trail, or whatever the fantasy equivalent of that is. It's a series of dirt ramps and jumps and turns.
Yes, that. It looks like just like an obstacle course.
Yeah, actually, over the edge of the ship, you see like the tops of centaurs sort of come up from behind a hill and go like, whoa, and then go back down, and they seem to be racing on the track.
Beautiful.
One of them jumps and does like a kickflip or something.
Throws the back end out like the dirt bike. Yeah.
Somebody throws a rope ladder down there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sounds like carousing going on. Drew says the centaur are very agreeable, but they are immature. So keep that in mind.
We were warned of this. So real quick, gauging Drew's reaction, does he react to seeing like our rather varied menagerie of people? Like, because we've got Demetria, we've got Triens, we've got Sprout, we've got Pholon, we've got Bullbug, we've got all of the party.
That, I would say he is pretty stunned, and he would probably ask directly, Who are you? You're all so strange.
Well, we're the heroes of the Oracle. Because the Oracle's not tied to Mitros. If anything, she'd be tied to like not Astoria, but the other one, Astoria. No, she would be closer to Astoria. Sorry, that's the one I was thinking of.
And we do have Pythor with us.
Right. So he says, I don't know. This is really strange. If we've heard, I think, some stories about you. I mean, I don't know. Do you? I might have to tell my superior about this.
We do not consider ourselves bound to any one nation, if that is a comfort to you.
Well, you don't look very Mitrosian. Though you do fly. No, the chocolate milk vendor. He wouldn't know that flag. Give a persuasion check.
Who's rolling? Is Megas rolling? Shade rolling?
Yeah, I guess Megas is fine.
Yeah, that's yeah. I was gonna say, like, you're the one for that.
It just takes me a while. Sometimes my computer doesn't cooperate.
Well, I guess it's okay. I mean, you're clearly not the military, and you're not flying any Mitrosian colors. I suppose it's okay. I would be careful to not stir up too much with regards to Aresia and Mitros.
That is fair. Like we desire no conflict with you and yours either.
Ideally, we'd prefer to aid in peaceful relations between All the countries.
Interesting. That's I'm sure it's something that's been tried before, but you're welcome to give it another stab. Peace. Anyway, well, but we're not here to think about a war or any upcoming war. This is just us and becoming true warrior monks.
Trial of martial prowess.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Well, anyway, I'll let you get settled, and then you can either come see our superior officer at the eastern edge of the beach, or you can go to the western edge of the beach and visit with the centaurs. There really isn't a assigned leader, an elder there. They just sort of all do their own thing. So expect a bit of chaos from them.
Duly noted.
And these centaurs, they're the most uneducated creatures I've ever spoken to. I just absolutely no true form of education here.
Really? We were told that centaurs have some of the best education systems in all of Thelia. Interesting.
Now, granted, that was by Hukar.
True. The Blue Man group is probably a little bit apart from these.
This is also a tribe where they're all under the age of 18.
Yes, I know. I know.
Cool. So who are you bringing to shore?
I mean, unless there's any objections, it was going to be Adrian and Pythor.
Okay. All right.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Exactly.
Until the situation changes.
All right. So you head to shore, and where are you heading first?
Well,
Do we think we'd do better with the chaotic youngsters or the warrior monks?
I kind of think we should talk to both, because I feel like the warrior monks might be able to give us a little bit more objective view of kind of points of interest that they've seen. And then
We may need to be a little bit careful, because if we just come out and say, hey, we're here to end the curse, like their whole trial depends on the curse.
True. So maybe we don't want to talk to the monks.
Does the whole trial depend on it, or is it just a motivator for the... Like, they could still bond...
I mean, the tribe, I'm sure, would love to not be cursed.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Aresians, though?
Oh, yeah.
That's not very brilliant, then.
And also, like, where do all of these scorpions come from?
I mean, the Aresians know that the centaurs turn into scorpions.
Right. But would they be against people stopping the centaurs from turning into scorpions again anymore?
Maybe. This has been a long time tradition.
So yeah, maybe we should just avoid the monks for now and go talk to the centaurs. Rather not end up indicating anything that might get them to oppose us directly.
Cool. Let's see. Okay, so you guys head over to the over past the racetrack, and it's pretty exciting. There are about 8 centaurs that are just racing each other around this sandy track with jumps and tight turns. Some of them are tripping over each other, and eventually it ends up in like 3 people that actually finish. And they are high-fiving and kicking each other, that sort of thing.
Is this like the X Games?
Yes, very X Games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of them, I mean, Pholon's tagging along, but one of them sees your group come up and rides up, and she says, hey, what's up? I'm Brittany.
Hello. I'm Shade.
Nice.
This is... and kind of introduce the rest of the party, like, kind of...
Nice.
So what's there cool to do here?
I don't know.
Young person.
Here, actually, I have something that's really cool. Let me just get it out of my pack. And she reaches down, and your eyes sort of follow to what she's reaching, and then she's doing her hand in that little like upside down, like OK symbol, and then you look at it, and she punches you like, ha, gotcha. You looked.
Yep, you got me.
So yeah, we could have a drink. We could play kick fight. We could race. Whatever you want to do.
Oh. Shade is kind of like lost. So like, where do we go next? Like, how do we ask
Falbin
for
elbows
info?
Shade and says, "How about you kick fight for information?"
All right, sure. All right, yeah. So how about we'll kick fight, and if then maybe you could tell us more about the island in general after. Sound good?
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. You turn around, and I kick you first.
Okay.
Right,
I'm going to lightly pat Shade on the shoulder and subtly cast Mage. Wait, no, Mage Armor doesn't work. Never mind, sorry.
Okay, so
Right.
back to back. Actually, we both go back to back because that's how you got to kick. And then we'll see who gets the first kickoff. So roll your initiative roll, or I guess whatever whatever calculates your initiative. Your dexterity.
So I guess it'd just be a +3 to initiative. So this +3.
Ooh, she beats your initiative by a lot and kicks you hard with both hooves, and you go flying about 10 feet and smash into the sand. You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll dust myself off. All right. So how does this work without hooves?
I don't know. You agreed to kick fight me.
All right, I guess I just do like an unarmed attack as like a kick.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get it off before I do.
All right. So
Try again?
so it's just basically roll. Yeah, sure. Roll again. I'm terrible at this.
You guys sort of tie actually, and your legs sort of get tangled up, but you don't knock each other away. And she goes, "Oh, that was faster for sure. Nice, nice.
I'm learning.
Let's go again."
All right. God, maybe not so fast. Maybe not learning so fast.
Yeah, she kicks you again. She says, "You know what? Maybe this isn't your game. You should.
I'm thinking it's not.
Your feet are all like soft."
Yeah.
You know what? I thought maybe you could be my bro.
My buddy might want to try. Hey, tag in Pythor.
Whoa. Okay. Big guy, real big guy. He says,
We don't want to kill her.
He says, "Shade, I don't think this is the best idea."
Oh, I think it is. I think it is.
Just go easy on her. It'll be fine, right?
Well, all right.
You know, Theo has hard hooves.
Actually, I do not. I only have the horns. From an anatomical perspective.
It's true.
I could use the horns. That would be cheating, though.
All right.
So,
Well, anyways.
Pythor says, "Well, it seems fun. Why not?" And he turns around back to back with Brittany, the centaur, and and they gear up, and he is slightly quicker off the jump, but he doesn't make contact with his foot. He kicks backwards, and then kind of like that scene in One Punch Man. I know I've referenced this before, where like he punches but doesn't make contact, and then like
And stops.
the sand just like funnels past her and like whips the hair everywhere. She's like, yeah, I think I'm good actually. You're cheating, clearly. You're cheating. Yep, no more kick fighting with you, sir.
Oh.
But actually, do you want to be bros? Pythor.
She talking to Shade or Pythor?
Pythor. What were you going to say, Magus?
That, I would say, is more to the point of why we're here. We are wanting to see what we can do to help with your whole curse problem.
Whoa, you know about the curse?
Yeah, we know about the curse.
It's like we got him with us and points at Pholon.
Oh, what's up, Grandpa? I'm only 20. Grandpa. All right, so you brought this old fart back. What'd you do? Lose your bro? That sounds like not very good bro behavior. Bro. He just sort of lowers his head.
We are wanting to see what it would take to make it so that none of you are going to become scorpions or have to worry about that. And then, like, you only take bros if you want them.
Well, do I actually want a bro? That's a real question. Do I want a bro because I'm afraid of, a horrible mutation and, death at the hands of sharp weapons? Or do I want a bro because it's your bro? I don't know. It's all so muddied.
And wouldn't you like more time to be able to think about that?
Man, crazy stuff you're saying.
While you think about that, is there anything you can tell us about the island in general? Like any points of interest where things seem especially weird or things like that?
Well, I mean, there's the canyons. They're really dangerous. There's like a lot of scorpions in there, but there's also like apparently a place that you can't go to or you forget, and then you come back here if you don't get eaten by scorpions. I don't know. Kind of not really my thing. I'd rather just hang out on the beach. But they're actually up on top of the dunes. It's really hot, but you can see some of them on the edge here before it starts to peel your skin off. There's some some really super old tree trunks that are cool.
Interesting. All right. Is there anybody else who has some other perspectives?
I mean, I'm a historian.
Okay. All right. Cool. But
we're
doing.
You could ask.
I'm going to message Falben and say, you do have that goblet that makes any wine taste amazing, right?
And I can answer telepathically, right?
Yes.
And I would say, yes, it fills with a magical wine, and it doesn't really say anything about what the flavor is going to be like. It will taste like fine wine, if that's what you mean. But I'm not really a connoisseur. You would know more about that.
Yes, I would.
Hey, were you having a drinking contest? Because I'm down.
I mean,
Tell you what, there's somebody I know who's like amazing at drinking. I mean, I saw them drink like three wineskins in a row one time. It's crazy. They threw up everywhere. But they're also like the co-historian, so it's like whatever I know they don't know, and whatever they know I don't know. It's a pretty good system. It's pretty sweet.
It sounds very secure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if drinking contests are my thing. For the races, does it have to be me, or I mean, like I only have 2 legs. Could I get something, a creature that to ride on?
I mean, why don't you just have the creature do the race instead of you? I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, all right. If you want to race, you can race. And I'll go get Chad, and we'll have that drinking contest.
Of course, his name would be Chad.
Spelled
The
with 2
chattiest
Ds.
of Chads.
Yeah, Chattiest is his full name. So you kind of go over to the racetrack, and are you summoning your spectral steed?
Yes, I am.
Cool. So you summon your spectral steed, and then Brittany returns with another centaur. This one named Chad, and he has a mohawk. It's really sick. And so, sup, Chad? Heard you brought some wine.
Yes.
Let's go.
And I'm like eyeballing Magus. What the hell did you get us into?
I'm already over at the racetrack. Good luck.
And the starting horn blows. Magus, roll a. We'll do it like a. You need to succeed on 3. You know what? How are we gonna do this? How do we do a race? How do we do this?
And while you're figuring that out, I would say that Gigeros would probably also want to join in the race.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you guys join, and oh man, roll an initiative roll for you and Gigeros. I don't know why I still have ocean sounds running.
Oh man.
As far as the drinking,
All right, I speak the command word of the hero's goblet, Stabracadabra, and it fills with magical wine.
so you will take turns.
Abracadabra.
You'll take turns making Constitution checks until you.
Well, the hero's goblet is filled with magical wine.
Yep.
I don't know if it impairs me, but it does give me advantage on saving throws, resistance to poison damage, and temporary hit points. So I guess I have a question about, like, does the wine actually impair me?
Ooh, so do you get that benefit one time in a day?
That I can only fill it one such way, one such time per dawn.
So I'll give it.
The effects last for 1 hour.
I'll give it to you that if you're taking the first drink, you get the benefits of that, but Chad will not.
Okay.
And then you'll just, like, Kyra has extra wine that she'll be filling it with, and
Okay.
you'll just sort of drink back and forth. So you rolled. Who keeps rolling for the Odyssey?
I did not roll.
Well, that's Magus, because the Odyssey is the only selectable icon on here.
Yeah, you
Oh,
need to go
fair.
to the top right, actors, player characters, and then click on your character sheet to get there.
That's fine. If you just tell me who's who, that's fine. The 19 is Magus. Is Magus here? I don't hear his voice. Okay, to drinking first.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll a Constitution check, and you'll get what advantage on that? You said.
If you say so.
What does the goblet give you?
It gives me advantage on Wisdom saving throws.
Oh, okay. What about poison?
I get advantage on saving throws from poison and resistance to poison and
We'll
5
call
temporary
this
hit points.
poison for the purposes
Love
of this competition.
Love it. So it's an advantage Constitution roll.
Yes, correct.
All right.
Okay. So you rolled a 17. Oh, you tied. So you drink, and then Chad takes a drink, and you both sort of eye each other, and he's like, "Yeah, no problem. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. All right, roll again."
And it's just flat now, right? Or
No, you'll get advantage on all yours.
I love it.
For an hour.
Ooh.
All right.
Right?
So the DC is a little higher, but you both still succeed. But you can see a little from Chad. Oh, sorry, just a little sand got in my throat. No problem. I'm still good. Still good.
It's all right. You're the chattiest. You're the chattiest.
One more.
I'm gonna inspiration reroll. There it is.
Okay. You can feel yourself like starting to choke, but you are saved by the bell as Chad immediately starts coughing up everything, like it's getting into his lungs, and oh shit, oh no. What is this? Oh, this is garbage wine. Oh man. Oh, okay, well, nice though. You want to be my bro? Keep it coming. No.
Can you remind me, like, if you were to agree to be a bro, what kind of bond is that actually?
Oh, we're bros for life.
For life. You know, I've always been looking for a Chad brother.
Were you serious?
You know it.
Are you gonna bro with me, Chad, bro? Oh my god.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
This is great. Okay, we'll come back to that. So Magus has rolled for
Okay,
initiative?
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was Magus was the 19 for initiative, and the 3 for initiative was Gageros. He was a bit too excited and got distracted.
Bit excited, and we'll say there's another centaur or two who are just sort of talking with Gageros, and they're just like joking, and then they miss that the race has started. But you're keyed in, and you on your spectral steed are racing ahead. There's a first jump coming up ahead. Go ahead and make like an acrobatics check to do the coolest stunt. .22. That's pretty good.
Yep.
So you do. What is your stunt?
How high is the jump, first of all?
I mean, it ramps up. It's about 10 feet above the ground, and everybody's getting about 5 or 6 feet of air. And then you actually go over a... it's like a sine wave where you go up the ramp, and then it goes back down, but you ramp over the low part, and then you land on the other ramp next, like, past it.
I'm just going to do a real quick, like... I will get up and I will jump up and stand on the back of my horse and then back down again.
Nice. Okay, cool. You do that and you're very proud of yourself until the centaur next to you does a full-on backflip. And it's very cool. And he lands perfectly, and so do you, but it's a backflip. And then coming to the last turn, everybody's going super fast, and you have to super hit the brakes and make this turn, which is a banked turn. So make a dexterity saving throw.
Did it roll?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Which is weird. Like, I heard dice roll and didn't.
Just tell me
show
what your
up.
roll
All
was.
right. I didn't see anything.
Oh.
So I'll try it again.
Okay. There is a massive pileup of centaurs on this turn. Somebody falls in front of you, and you try to jump over them, but your spectral steed's legs get tangled up, and everybody collapses into a pile. But the finish line still remains, so this is going to be whatever you can do to max out your speed, because everybody's just going to be dashing in a full-on sprint. I keep saying full-on, and it sounds like full-on.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere.
So is there anything you can do to max out your speed?
One moment, let me check my spell book.
While you're doing that, Falvin, Chad is like, so you're serious? You really wanna bro?
Absolutely.
Sick.
Shade would tap Falbin on the shoulder and be like, just might want to make sure this doesn't interfere with the dragon bond. That was why Shade didn't bro with Pholon.
Falbin like looks at you and then he's like, oh. And he looks at Chad and he's like, you know what? Maybe we can be bro while we drink for now.
But you just said, wow, this is a huge bummer. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna convince you though. You're gonna want to be my bro. I swear, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so what is Magus? What do we got going on?
So let's see. I think so in the description for Phantom Steed, it says that it has the characteristics of a normal horse and that it has a speed of 100 feet. Does that include dashing?
It doesn't, but everybody's going to be dashing. 100 feet is the normal speed? Is that their speed? 100 feet? Okay, sorry.
So that's what it says.
Has a speed of 100 feet. So you dash and you just obliterate everybody in the straight. And yeah, there's cheering. There's also like, doesn't count. It's a ghost horse, cheater. But you know, you did technically win.
Sore losers.
Hey, come on, guys. Yeah. So okay, so you win the race pretty handily. The one guy who did the backflip trots up and says, "Hey, pretty nice. You looking for a bro?"
Yeah, that was an awesome backflip. I didn't know you could do a backflip, or I didn't even try that.
It's a lot of stuff centaurs can do. People don't believe us.
Is he hitting on me?
Oh no, he wasn't. He was just like bragging.
Very subtle reminder about rope ladder, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Well, cool. So I guess we'll probably wrap there as we are getting to know the Centaur tribe. What is sort of was there any very last minute things that people want to take care of? I'll give you one free little enticing bit of lore. Anybody who's curious in the like the tree trunk thing that was mentioned at the edge of the sands, it's pretty close. You could just make a short climb up. If anybody goes up and checks it, is there anybody who would be likely to do that?
I mean, Shade would. He's looking to investigate basically any clue we can that might guide us towards the source of this curse.
I'll go with him if I'm done. I mean, I still have the Phantom Steed, so I can have it, move us quickly there.
Sure, I mean, you're in no rush, but you get up to the edge of this. It's like a plateau, almost, where you look across and you just see this sand just blown. It hits your skin and it feels abrasive and hot, and you can see the distortion of the air from the heat. And you see this tree trunk. It's a pretty large tree trunk, maybe about 10 feet in diameter. And Magus, you see just the very, very smallest remnants of ancient, I'll say celestial script scrawled into the bark of this tree trunk. And then as you look out across the desert plains, you spot another one, and they go on for miles off into the horizon. And yeah, that's where we'll wrap. So GG. I know we didn't really have any combat, but we moving from place to place. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Any highlights for something cool somebody liked, or a name suggestion?
Ooh, the Spawn of Evil.
Spawn of Evil? Wait, referencing what? I'm blanking.
The half Titan or whatever fighting the Kraken.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Oh man.
Bro Squad.
There you go.
Bro Squad.
Bro Torch.
Jimin with a question mark.
Stowaway. Question mark.
Stowaway. Yeah.
Stowaway. Yeah. I like Bro Squad. I feel like that's my choice.
Boom.
Bro Squad. Cool. I liked
Matt's or Theagenes' X-ray vision through the hole to find Fisk.
very useful reconnaissance from Theagenes in this session.
And also just like sending the arcane eye like miles away out to sea.
Because that's some pretty useful knowledge, knowing that there is an offspring of Sidon.
Thank you.
Say hi to Daniel.
Hello. Hello.
Say again. She's showing you a paper plate.
Oh, beautiful.
She says she's cleaning up.
Gotta clean up. You gotta. Amazing. Cool. All right. Well, we will wrap then and upload Bro Squad. Yeah, anybody's free to hang out, and thank you, viewers, for joining.